So you don't lose that punch. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Love it. Champ gonna need a new hand. We'll be eating tonight.
Manny Pacquiao has turned into a beast during his training camp, knocking out sparring partners and undergoing intense training sessions, all at 46 years old. Since arriving in Las Vegas, the Filipino legend has focused heavily on cardio and body conditioning. Now, he has officially begun his boxing workouts.
So you don't lose that punch. Awesome. Fire.
After working the punching bags and sharpening his technique on the mitts with his trainer, the boxing legend stepped into the ring for a scheduled 12-round sparring session, each round lasting 3 minutes. Determined to prove he still had his signature speed and punching power, Manny Pacquiao turned up the intensity in the 3rd round. He unleashed a rapid flurry of punches that drove his sparring partner against the ropes and left him staggering, eventually sending him to the canvas. With this level of intensity, there's little doubt that Manny Pacquiao has effectively closed the age gap between himself and Mario Barrios. His fans can take comfort in the confidence and assurance he's showing, suggesting that a knockout or unanimous decision victory is well within reach. Pacquiao has become such a force in training that even younger athletes struggle to keep up. He recently flew to Los Angeles to continue his camp with longtime trainer Freddie Roach at the iconic Wildcard gym. Just like in his prime, PacMan has been hosting open workouts, giving fans and the media a preview of what's to come on fight night. While he may not be the same fighter he once was, the only 8-division world champion in history still puts on an impressive show. His shadow boxing routines remain sharp, and his fast-twitch muscles still seem to fire with explosive energy. However, as we saw with Mike Tyson's bout against Jake Paul last November, training footage can sometimes be misleading. Training alongside Manny Pacquiao is his son, Emmanuel Pacquiao Jr., who is set to make his professional boxing debut on the undercard of the Pacquiao vs. Barrios event. Though BoxRec lists Emmanuel as having a 6-4 amateur record, his actual experience is believed to be closer to 95 fights. He has been honing his skills under the guidance of Freddie Roach, with Marvin Somodio acting as his head trainer. At 24 years old, the super lightweight prospect is actually closer in age to Barrios than to his father. Barrios recently celebrated his 30th birthday, making him 16 years older than Pacquiao Jr. and 16 years younger than Pacquiao Sr., the Hall of Fame legend. The upcoming bout marks Manny Pacquiao's first professional appearance since his unanimous decision loss to Yordenis Ugas in August 2021. Ironically, Pacquiao was later elevated to full world champion status a year after that loss, when Terence Crawford vacated the WBC welterweight title to move up to super welterweight. Now, the World Boxing Council has officially sanctioned a world title, shot for Pacquiao, ranking him number 5 in their 147-pound division. According to WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman, Pacquiao has been licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and has passed all the medical exams required for reinstatement as a professional boxer. Despite the excitement surrounding Manny Pacquiao's comeback, Several figures within the boxing community have expressed concerns about the potential health risks the 46-year-old legend may face. Meanwhile, former Cal defensive back Cameron Bynum is making headlines for training alongside Pacquiao in preparation for the latter's WBC welterweight title bout on July 19th. Pacquiao kicked off his training camp in Los Angeles last week, with Bynum joining him for workouts. A longtime admirer of Pacquiao, Bynum, who is half Filipino, called him my favorite boxer forever and relished the opportunity to train with his childhood hero. Bynum participated in road work and abdominal exercises with the former 8th Division world champion, later commenting on how physically demanding the sessions were. This is why he's the GOAT, Bynum said. Bynum was asked who he thought was the greater athlete, Manny Pacquiao or Tom Brady. Manny Pacquiao, Bynum replied. When asked to compare Pacquiao with Michael Jordan, Bynum doubled down. Manny Pacquiao. Foe, he's the greatest athlete ever. Speaking about Pacquiao's upcoming fight with Barrios, Bynum expressed full confidence. I have no doubt in my mind he's going to get the job done. This is despite the fact that the 30-year-old Barrios is considered a heavy favorite.
Go.
Bynum tried to keep up with Pacquiao during his intense abdominal workouts. He also did road work alongside Pacquiao. During a break, Bynum was asked for his prediction for the fight. Manny, easy, Bynum said confidently. I say round 12, but a unanimous decision. He predicted Pacquiao would win by a unanimous decision.
Excuse me, alright. Excuse me, I'm gonna squeeze by. Thank you. Hello. You good?
The Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao is set to return to the ring at age 46 in a highly controversial WBC welterweight title fight against Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas. He is leaving no stone unturned in his preparation. Pacquiao has been a major draw for a generation of boxing fans, and now he aims to become the second oldest world champion ever. After a 4-year absence, he faces the most vulnerable of all the welterweight champions, adding extra intrigue to the July 19th showdown. The fight will take place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, where Pacquiao will challenge World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios. There's an opening for Pacquiao, said Pro Box TV analyst Paulie Malignaggi on Boxing Scene today. I'd give Pacquiao a 70 to 80% chance of beating Barrios.
One right there. 1, 2, 3. One more.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. God bless. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, thank you.
I don't care how old anybody tries to say anything is, like, that's fast for anybody in their prime. Never took a step back. I've been watching him for years. Been my favorite boxer forever, obviously, me being half Filipino, so this is a big moment for me being able to see this in person. But the fact that he hasn't slowed down a step, and he's still in crazy shape, and it's only week 1 of training camp for him, so it's really day 1 of him running this hill, and he made it all the way up with ease.
At 46, the 8th Division champion and June Hall of Fame inductee from the Philippines has returned to train with Hall of Fame cornerman Freddie Roach. Last week, Pacquiao launched a highly focused training camp with the fight date against the 30-year-old Mario Barrios rapidly approaching. On February 29th, Former Pacquiao opponent and ex-140 champion Yrs Old spoke on Boxing Scene, commenting on Pacquiao's recent lackluster exhibition match against a kickboxer. Old suggested that Pacquiao's flat performance was likely due to not training seriously. The Manny Pacquiao I'm seeing in the gym looks a lot better, Old said. The footage of Manny and Freddie is mostly nostalgia. They're back together, but beyond that nostalgia, Manny has to train hard at 46. There's a lot of scar tissue to work through, and now he's under the watchful eye of Freddie Roach.
26 years old, and I struggled getting up here. Thankfully, I made it. It was a mind game for me, but the fact that this is routine for him and the whole team, the fact that they can do this, still have to go do the ab workout after, still go do shadow boxing, then got to go back to the gym later. So this is major respect, and this is why people are great, and this is why we see Manny's great and still great, and that's why I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to go out there and get the job done.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great said, but I got to tell you this. I always tell people that Manny at 46 is faster than most 26. You're a professional athlete, top of your game. You're 26 years old. You play for the Guyana Colts.
Right.
Old raised the question that could sell this fight. As Pacquiao, now 46, seeks to surpass George Foreman and trail only Bernard Hopkins as one of the oldest champions ever, does he still have enough of that Filipino magic? Old asked, and answered. This based on his experience fighting Pacquiao in their 2014 welterweight title bout in China, where he was dropped 6 times. Manny Pacquiao is special. He's the best fighter I've ever been in the ring with. There's no one else like him, Old said. He's way craftier than people give him credit for. It's not just all balls to the wall. It's about maximizing the effectiveness of every move. Pacquiao is what they're working on in the lab. However, concerns remain whether Pacquiao can still pull the trigger after his 2021 title loss to Yordenis Ugas, and whether he can withstand Barrios' best shots, Malignaggi commented. Barrios gets hit whether his hands are up or down. What I see is a fight where a lot of punches will land, because Barrios isn't great defensively, and Manny's old, so who can resist longer?
Fight in front of those fans would be cool.
And now July 19th, it was that potential fight, which to me is a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Or that, Pacquiao has been in the ring for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's coming back, facing Mario Barrios. I mean, have you talked to him? Were you shocked as well with that, that fight announcement happened?
He did mention it to me a while back, but it was kind of in the works still. I didn't really believe it at the moment.
Knowing Pacquiao's history, from scoring 3 first-round knockdowns in his first bout against Juan Manuel Marquez to his sudden knockdown of then-champion Keith Thurman in 2019, Old expects the veteran challenger to start fast. He's going to launch right away, Old said. If he still has a little of that left, he's going to crack Barrios. Punching power is usually the last thing to fade. Malignaggi, however, has long been skeptical about Pacquiao's ability to maintain such explosive power naturally. He referred to Pacquiao as the J800-pound gorilla, saying if Manny performs magnificently at age 46, it's a remarkable feat. Age is the ultimate X factor here, Malignaggi added.
Now it's almost official, so I think it'd be pretty cool just to see, a friend I grew up with fight a legend like Manny Pacquiao.
It's right for Manny to come back and fight. I mean,
if he feels like he has it in him, then why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different.
If he still has the footwork, he's got a chance to pull off the upset, Old said. Barrios is the favorite for a reason. A 46-year-old guy, coming back after 4 years out of the ring, didn't look good in the exhibition. It doesn't matter how this fight starts. Barrios could get cut, hurt, or knocked down, but he's still in the fight. 12 rounds for a 46-year-old is an eternity, and Manny Pacquiao still has to make weight, which gets harder with age. Malignaggi is less optimistic about Barrios, who inherited the belt when Terence Crawford moved up to 154 lbs, and then fought Abel Ramos to a draw in November.
Why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different. Watching him, do all that is obviously different being in the ring. But how would you break that fight down for us? Obviously, Mario has a height. He has the length.
Yeah. I think Mario is gonna go out there and just put a beating on Manny. I think Manny's a little too old, but he's a legend. He already did what he did, so I really don't see a reason for him to come back. But if he wants to get in the ring with Mario, then I guess Mario has to show him that, you know, he has a youth, and, you know, Manny Pacquiao should have just stayed retired.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of fans are saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what the guy's doing out there, Malignaggi said. He should be using his right hand or the right uppercut and working on those defensive weaknesses. I don't know if he's teachable. Algieri suggested that Barrios should try to start fast and stand his ground. Both guys are bound to run into some rough moments, Malignaggi added, but if Pacquiao can endure through his reclaiming the welterweight belt, the greatest boxing story ever told will reach the rightful conclusion he has longed for.
You know, are still kind of disbelief, but even, you know, looking at, you know, social media and the fans, they're thrilled just to see him back. So just to have him in the ring, you know, and fighters at that age are not competing. You know?
I think that just says a lot about, you know, the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao is, the stardom he has.
Boxing icon Amir Khan has expressed surprise and concern over Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the professional ring against reigning World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Khan warned that the Filipino legend is just one punch away from serious injury at age 46. Speaking to Mail Sport in Saudi Arabia, Khan weighed in on Pacquiao's much-anticipated comeback after 4 years away from the sport. He called the proposed July showdown against Barrios a good fight, but also highlighted the serious risks given Pacquiao's age and recent performances. I mean, it shocked me a little bit, Khan admitted.
Still excited to see him fight, so I mean that just says a lot about him and what he's done in his career. So like I said earlier, to see a friend I grew up with fight Manny Pacquiao is just gonna be pretty cool. And at the same night, so it's a huge night for San Antonio boxing.
Lastly, July, we're also September, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Barrios really well. He's still young, still has that fire in his belly, and he will give Manny big problems, Khan said. Barrios has looked really strong in his last few fights, while Pacquiao obviously lost his last professional bout. Pacquiao last stepped into the ring in 2021, when he was outpointed by Yordenis Ugas. Since then, he has participated in exhibition bouts, including a disappointing showing against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Empo last July, where his 46 years were clearly visible as he struggled to keep up with the pace. By contrast, Barrios has remained active and hungry, fighting 5 times since Pacquiao's last professional fight.
You wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. I think you were like 27, 28 when you wanted to fight Pac. Why didn't that fight happen?
I hear so many excuses like they didn't want it, but Freddie Roach on the record saying he didn't want Pacquiao to fight. I just think...
At 29 years old, the Mexican-American boxer claimed the WBC interim title in 2023 by defeating Ugas and was soon promoted to full champion. Most recently, he defended his belt in a split draw against Abel Ramos on the undercard of the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson event. Despite the odds, Pacquiao, who won his first world title at flyweight 25 years ago, insists he still has plenty to offer the sport. "I want to go out making history," Pacquiao told ESPN, citing his landmark victory over Keith Thurman at age 40 as proof that he can still compete with top-tier fighters.
When's Amir Khan coming back?
You know, the only person I'll come back for, on a serious note, would be Manny Pacquiao. I would not come back for anyone else. It made me train even harder than like a Kell Brook fight because...
Khan, however, urged caution. "Why does Manny need to come back?" he asked. "We both retired around the same time, and at least I've got the age on my side. With Manny, I think he's way past the age where we don't want him to get hurt. He's always just one punch away from serious injury, and he's only getting older. I'm pretty sure he's almost 45 or something." When Khan was informed that Pacquiao is actually 46, he responded.
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, "Shall we do a fight? Shall we?" Like, he's quite serious about it. He was like, "Shall we make a fight happen?" I go, "Listen, if you can get a funder, if you can get someone like a Turkey and a Sheikh on board, then why not?"
There's no, I mean, that must be able to be made that. Yeah. I mean, surely.
You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think
Wow, so almost 50, older than I thought, so even more reason to be cautious. He continued, "I'm sure he still wants to become a world champion. Looking at him and his styles make fights, and he definitely has a good chance of winning. But like I said, he's always one punch away from getting hurt. Doesn't he want to just enjoy himself now? He's had a tough career all his life. Why not sit back and relax?
Fan base and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 30.
Khan also opened up about his own unfulfilled plans to face Pacquiao in the ring, a mega fight that had been teased for years, but never came to fruition. It just really didn't take off, Khan explained. I don't know. I just didn't hear anything back. Manny didn't hear anything from the investors either.
You certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. You know, he was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? You know, we've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and